The evening sun sank behind the red cliffs of Dry Creek, washing the canyon in rust and shadow. Dust hung in the air like smoke after gunfire, and silence pressed against the land until a single scream broke it. Mara Dalton burst from the wagon trail, skirts torn, breath ragged. Behind her thundered two riders in black dusters, guns flashing silver. Her horse had gone down in the rocks, leaving her trapped on foot. Then, hoofbeats. From the ridge above, a lone figure rode down fast, a rancher, tall in the saddle, coat whipping behind him. He cut across the trail like lightning, revolver drawn. "Get behind me," he barked. Mara stumbled to the rocks, half frozen with fear. The gunman slowed, sneering. The rancher squinted downrange, thumbed the hammer. "Too small," he muttered. Mara blinked. "What?" He glanced at the pistol, then back at the outlaws. "This Colt's got a short barrel," he said calmly, "but it'll be quick." Before she could speak, the gun roared. One outlaw dropped, the other wheeled his horse and fled into the dust. Smoke drifted between them like a ghost. The rancher stepped forward, checking on her, voice steady but kind. "You hurt?" She could barely breathe. "You? How did you?" He tipped his hat, eyes still scanning the horizon. "Name's Gabe Carson. You picked a bad trail today, Mom. If that standoff made your heart race, hit like and subscribe, because the next move he makes will change everything." They reached the wagon site before nightfall. Smoke rose from the wreck. Mara's trade goods burned to cinders. She sank to her knees, shoulders shaking. "Everything I owned." Gabe crouched beside her, studying the tracks. These men weren't drifters. They were after something. Mara swallowed hard. "They thought I was carrying army gold. My brother worked payroll at Fort Sage before he disappeared." Gabe's eyes narrowed. "Then they'll be back." He began unstrapping his rifle. "You'll ride with me tonight. My ranch is an hour east. Safe ground." The trail was black as coal, coyotes calling from the ridges. Mara clung to the saddle, every hoofbeat echoing her heartbeat. "Why help me?" she asked. "You don't even know me." Gabe's jaw tightened. "Because I've seen too many good people left for buzzards. Not again." When they reached the ranch house, lantern light spilled across the porch. Gabe's dog barked once, wagging its tail as if sensing her fear. Inside, the warmth hit her like mercy. She sat by the fire, trembling. Gabe poured coffee, then stood by the window, watching the storm roll in. "They'll come at dawn," he said quietly, "and I'll be ready." The morning broke red as a wound. Dust clouds rose on the horizon. 3 riders this time. Mara's stomach turned. Gabe checked his rifle, loading shells with practiced calm. "Stay low," he told her. "If I fall, ride hard for Fort Sage." Gunfire cracked. Splinters flew from the porch posts. Gabe fired once, twice, dropping a horseman. The others scattered, circling wide. Bullets tore through the air like wasps. Mara grabbed a spare rifle, hands shaking but eyes fierce. One outlaw crept up behind the barn. She spotted the glint of his revolver and shouted, "Left side!" Gabe spun, firing before the man could take aim. Silence followed, the kind that hums after thunder. Then came the last one, the leader, riding straight for the house, shotgun blazing. Gabe stepped into the open, calm as stone. He fired his final round, missed, and the gun clicked empty. Mara gasped as the outlaw raised his weapon. But Gabe's next move was faster than thought. He hurled the empty rifle like a spear. It struck the man square in the chest. The shotgun went off wild. The horse reared, throwing its rider into the dust. When the echo faded, Gabe stood motionless, chest heaving, smoke curling from the broken gun barrel. Mara stared, speechless. The phrase he'd said before came back to her, too small but quick. She finally understood. He wasn't talking about the gun at all. He was talking about himself, one man against many, small chance, quick justice. By midday, the sky had cleared. The ranch lay quiet except for the creak of the windmill and the rustle of ashes on the porch. Gabe bound his arm with a strip of cloth, blood seeping through. Mara helped, eyes wet but smiling faintly. "You saved my life twice," she whispered. "Why risk everything for me?" He looked out toward the open plains, sunlight flashing on his hat brim. "Because someday you'll do the same for someone else. That's how the West stays alive." They buried the men by the ridge and set fire to the wrecked wagon. Smoke curled up to the heavens like a prayer. Mara turned to him, voice soft. "What now?" He saddled his horse, glancing at her. "Now you ride to Fort Sage. Tell them what happened. I'll finish the rest." As she mounted behind him, the horizon stretched endless in gold. For the first time in days, she felt safe and stronger. The rancher's courage had burned through her fear like sunlight through fog. If Gabe's courage left you speechless too, make sure to like and subscribe. The next Wild West story will hit you straight in the heart.